Walk with me. Walk with me here. We got a code red, guys. New GTA trailer drop imminent. It's actually here. Okay, we're gonna pull up the Jeremy Johns video in case I need help formulating an opinion on this. First frame, most important frame, we get to see our world that we're going to be auto thefting in a very grandiose way, I might add. We can automatically see two auto vehicular mobiles over here, boats, automatic motors, Matica. Okay, this dude's on top of a house right now. Don't fall. Be careful, right?
Dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with...
Okay, so Vapid. This seems to be Brian. Brian's gonna be our drug runner character for the game. You can tell by the gray hair, he's a little bit older here. Wonder if we'll see him die in the game. I'm not sure.
But that's why you came by?
And this is our main character, Jason, over here. And as we can see, he's got a 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2 8-pack. So automatically realism out the window. He does have a tattoo, though, of a fish getting cut with an arrow. That might be foreshadowing for his character. He might die from a hook through the heart. That would be a really cool moment. And automatically we have something in common here. He's a shade guy, he's a hat guy, and he's got 20-inch arms. The chain, not really my style. You know, in high school, everybody wore the chain, the 20-inch, the silver one you get for 20 bucks on Etsy, right? And it just became sort of like a beam of like, hey, I'm like everybody else. And I don't know, this guy seems like he could stand out without the chain. Okay, wait, we gotta analyze this scene real quick. There's a lot of stuff we can analyze in here. First of all, stop sign right out of the driveway. Who has a stop sign right out of their driveway? I don't. Comment down below if you have that. Also, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trash cans, 2 recycling, 2 whatever. So we got 4 trash cans, 2 pairs. That's kind of unrealistic. I feel like one person might only need 2 trash cans because it seems like Jason's living on his own here. But also, I don't know if you guys see this or not, dude. We got a floating boat right there. That's not very realistic. What is that tethered to? Is that hanging from somewhere? Okay, we got some copyrighted music here. I'm gonna pause it before we get all of our money taken away on our 50 view video. Over under 50 views. Let me know in the comments what we're thinking. But we got a woman here with the golden ratio sort of curvature going on. Very GTA 6. Nice lady. Probably a very nice lady. I'm not trying to objectify or patronize or anything. I'm just making, you know, my analysis descriptions here. You know, Jason has an 8-pack and she's got the Fibonacci sequence going on up and down her body, which is very cool. That's a unique little design detail, right? Also, we have a tattoo here. This dude is wearing a skull with a beret. That could be foreshadowing the fact that he dies with his hat on. Okay, off the bat here, he's slapping somebody of the opposite race. So this game's racist. Confirmed. 2025, a white man slapping a black man across the face. I mean, come on, you're putting this dude's honor code in the red automatically. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be like, I don't know, this is a little bit off automatically. Also, we have giant purple stones right here growing out of the table. I don't even know what those are doing here. That's kind of interesting. Also, only 3 shirts in stock. So this business is either not doing really good or they just had like an extreme sale and everybody just was flocking to these weird little, you know, logo basic shirts, the gray with the whatever. That's the beauty of GTA. They don't give you this information off the bat. You have to play the game to learn this stuff. Okay, he's slapping the register here. The keys are very 2D. I would like the keys to have more 3-dimension to them. That would really immerse me more grandiosely into this automatic thefting world here, 6. And also we have a guy on the ground here that we haven't seen him punch, so I'm guessing he punches or slaps this other guy enough to put him on the ground and he's robbing the place. So this guy automatically, Jason, he's a bad apple. He kind of has a dorky watch. It's okay though. He's robbing people, you know, in a store that doesn't sell many shirts. I mean, this guy's not going to be able to afford a Rolex, I don't think. Okay, and right here we can see our main character. He's benching... That's 245. So automatically, I think what Rockstar's trying to portray here is that this dude is awesome and he's very macho and very manly. But personally, for me, I want to see how he treats these women to make my final decision, right? How many feminist rallies has he attended? You know, what's his favorite color? Is it pink or blue? These are the questions I want to know before I can determine if he's actually a macho man, because a real man is one who supports women even in the hardest of times. Who'd this guy vote for? Put it in the comments below. Are we thinking Trump? Are we thinking Kamala? Or are we thinking maybe Bernie? I don't know. He might be a Jill Stein guy. For all we know, you know, he could be very mindful and politically savvy. The American flag seems to have 6 stars on it, so that's a little bit off. Last time I checked, America has more stars than that on it, I think, possibly. And there's a cat on the ATM machine. What he doing? He don't know what money is. What is he doing? Whoa, look at that push. You see that police officer? He pushed him like 2 meters back. Honor code violation right there. You know what I mean? If that happened to me, man, that police officer... I wouldn't do that. I'd be, sir, yes, sir, thank you for your service, for pushing me. You're doing the God's work of God. Like, this game looks beautiful, though. Look at that lighting. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
Okay, Sean Strickland. Wait, this is Sean I'm seeing him now for kind of like the first time. It's a mix of Sean Strickland. I'm getting a little bit of Jake Gyllenhaal in there. He's got a stain on his shirt, though. That's crazy. Picking up the hose with a grease stain on your shirt. I mean, that's pretty wild. Maybe they're into it, though. Maybe if you don't care about that type of shit, then women are like, oh, he doesn't care about that. He's so cool. But every time I've done that, they're just like, get the hell away from me. I'm calling the police. So Rockstar Games presents. We're a minute 10 into this. You see, Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer 2. It's what it's called. I know what you're presenting here. It's not like, oh, Last of Us Part 3. Oh, that's Naughty Dog. Whatever. Whoa, chill. I don't really like seeing stuff like that, guys. I'm kind of like I grew up in church, you know. I wish Rockstar would be more inclusive to the good boys out there. Oh my God, dude. Okay, so they're having fun together. That looks like Sea of Thieves. That looks like I've seen that in Sea of Thieves before. Okay, right here we have people picking up trash, making the place all nice and cleanly, and the officer here is holding a clipboard. What is he doing? Is he like tallying all the pieces of trash they collect on the clipboard? She missed a spot. She's getting there. I trust her. She's got that under control. Missed a spot down there. Like that guy already.
And what you got?
Okay. Analyze this one. Vice City. So they're in Vice City here. Purple. There's the color purple in the shot. Good analyzation. Okay. Is that gold and white or black and blue? I'm not sure. Comment it down below. Laurel or Yanny. This guy looks angry, but he also looks very swole. These guys behind him are like, hey.
Name.
Whoa, you see, she just jumped off 2 stories and landed. I want to see a more realistic depiction of that scene. I want her to break her leg and the bone comes out and you see all the gratuitous goriness and the camera holds there for 55 seconds in the air, kind of like how we are right now as she's screaming and writhing in pain as the cops come and arrest her. And while they're arresting her, they're dragging her on the ground so the bone actually just gets a little bit more traction on the concrete. Because that situation is how it would play out in my head if I was directing this trailer. I'd give you guys that for sure. Comment down below if you guys would want that. Whoa, he's shooting out the window, just driving by. He's not even like twisting and turning his arm to focus on a single target as the car's velocity is going this way, right? So he's just shooting out the window, whatever's in his view, right? It could be a civilian, could be a shop window, right? Could be a palm tree. He's just doing it for fun, for the love of the game real quick. Okay. Someone had to animate that, man. Somebody with a wife and a daughter had to animate these shots. Think about that. And think about this, you know, the lighting department has to come in and take that shot and finish it up. And maybe some dude in the lighting department has like a past where he cheated on his wife and he's very promiscuous or whatever, and he's battling that vice, and he has to actually animate the lighting on the shot of that shot we just saw, and he has to battle his vices the whole way along as he's getting a paycheck, right? That's a cool story. I'd see a movie of that. Also, let's break down this real quick. There's a car on fire in the background, so I'm guessing this is a reference to the Elon Musk drama going on. These guys are very on point with it.
We got the...
He's holding a gun. Run. He's gonna shoot you. Whoa! That's what I was saying too! Oh my gosh. Okay, they're fighting on an airplane here. First of all, are we playing Uncharted? Why is she in that attire? But that's just like, how did we get here? She's gonna fall out. You know. She doesn't have a harness on. You gotta be safe when you're doing shit like that, man. Okay, where did that come from? That is skidding across. There's no push and pull interaction there. You know, Newton's laws of motion. Everything that moves need to have something moving it, low key. And oh wait, no, there's a chain. It's dragging it. So they're escaping with, I think, is a crate of loot. Maybe there's some CS:GO knives in there, and they're just trying to escape with them. Aiden Ross confirmed GTA, except he's a little bit less white. Okay, we got some stuff to break down here. These people are posing up like statues on top of this one dude. This dude's having a good time. Sunglasses, cigar. This is a very promiscuous town, low-key. These people are very, you know, naughty. This whole game so far is basically just like, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah simulator. Like this whole city, maybe the end of the game, God turns the whole city to salt. Maybe that's like the twist. No. Okay, let's analyze this real quick. This dude's holding a gun. Looks like the American flag. Very cool. You got a seagull or a chicken possibly up here. Oh, another one down here. Helicopters, yeah. Whoa. Look at that plane, right? Good analyzation, Scuba. Whoa, guys, this is. Am I the only one who doesn't think this is realistic? I couldn't do any of the stuff I've seen here. I couldn't do any of it, including the dancing and shaking ass. Dude. We get it. You guys are in love, and there's curves involved with this whole situation.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up?
Actually, that dude's pretty real. Got some dudes over here. That dude's holding a paper clip. He's really locked in. He's even wearing gloves. It's good to see some hardworking characters in this trailer other than just, promiscuous caricatures that are very, very, insulting and offensive to the women race. This could be a sunset, sure, but that's a lot of light. That could be an atom bomb. So that's when all this stuff comes out. Get your Bibles ready, dude. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty wild. Every scene we saw, there was sin going on. That's insane. But, if you want to spend upwards of $80 on, Hell Simulator, go for it. Me, myself, I'm going to be hunkered down, reading Genesis through Revelations, front to back, multiple times, memorizing passages I find interesting. I'm gonna leave y'all with a quote from Vince Lombardi in his novel Strive to Excel. It is easy to have faith in yourself and have discipline when you're a winner, when you're number one. What you've got to have is faith and discipline when you're not yet a winner. That was Vincent Lombardi talking to an offensive lineman, Jerry Kramer, for jumping offside during practice. It's not that deep. I mean, that's a good quote in context of like when you don't have money and you're hustling, you're working double jobs and you're coming home at 12 a.m. and you still got to go to the gym and stuff, and you're trying to be a winner. That's a good quote for that, right? But this guy just had a bad play. You know what I mean? Just like came off the snap a little bit wrong. So, I mean, that's kind of wild. Do your best, lead life with no hesitation, seize the day, carpe diem. Have a good one, bye.